This is Eric Erb Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com. And of course, right here on Spreaker, that's Spreaker.com/Eric Erb Live. And also on Anchor, that's Anchor.fm, Anchor.fm/Eric Erb Live. Like, share, subscribe if you like this podcast, folks. Okay, let's get right into it. I got some news right here from naturalnews.com. That's naturalnews.com. The article is dated yesterday, Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020, from naturalnews.com. Very interesting article, and why I picked this article. This might make sense once I'm done here with this show. The article reads, George Soros funded coalition plans to unleash election day chaos that could far surpass the Floyd protest. So in other words, if they don't get their way, this George, this creep, this total idiot, this SOB, this bastard, George Soros, this multi-billionaire that hates America and hates the people in America, is going to unleash with all his money election day chaos that's going to surpass the George Floyd protest all around the world. So this is going to get really interesting, folks. Let's get into the article here, and I'll break it down for you. Okay. The violent protests over George Floyd incident were quite extreme, and that's putting it mildly. But there are signs that what we saw this summer could be nothing compared to the protest that could be unleashed on the nation should Joe Biden not be the clear winner of the election. Just like I said before, this is according to an investigative report by Breitbart's Joshua Klein, who says there is a vast coalition of leftist advocacy groups planning to launch a huge resistant movement all across 50 states to create mayhem. This could potentially make violent protests this summer look like child's play. The coalition are expected to find pretext to set off civil unrest should their candidate not be a clear winner. And as usual, George Soros is bankrolling this effort, as always. One group behind this mess is the D.C.-based Leadership Conference on Civil and Human Rights, which is a beneficiary of George Soros' financial support. Their president, Vanita Gupta, said there is going to be litigation, mass mobilization, policy options by governors and states and attorney generals and members of Congress. The executive director of another Soros-funded group, MoveOn.org's, we will be successful. We're not going to fight, or we're going to fight like hell to make sure we are. Okay, so in other words, if they don't get their way, if Trump wins, it's going to be a fucking disaster out there, folks. That it's going to be crazy. They're going to start rioting in the street. They're going to start bullshit all over. Trump is already prepared. President Trump, a lot of you don't know, 99% of you don't know. Here's what's going on. He's telling everybody that they're going to be able to implement right after the election this vaccine, and they're going to do it, and they're going to do it rapidly through the U.S. military is going to help. Well, how does that tie in with anarchy and the craziness and the insanity if Joe Biden doesn't win the election? Well, I'm going to tell you here in just a second, folks. It's going to tie in because President Trump is not leveling with the people, and he's doing this for a very strategic reason. This is brilliant. He's telling everybody in the name of the pandemic that the military will be able to give the shots and move very, very quickly each and every town all over the United States and restore order very quickly. What's going to happen is they're not going to have the vaccine ready by then, not until early January, February, possibly even March of next year. So why is President Trump telling everybody that they're going to be able to deploy the COVID-19 virus vaccine in cities all around the United States very quickly. It's a strategy that he's telling so nobody catches wind. So to surprise these Antifa and these BLM rioters and these rioters that are bought and paid for via George Soros, it's a strategy that he has already got the plan, they've already developed it, and they can strike very, very, very quickly. I know people are going through and they don't understand shit, and they're going through and they're going nuts, and oh my God, the military's here, they're going to stick us with a shot. They're not going to stick you with a shot. The military doesn't have that many doctors that can physically do that, and nurses all throughout the military. The military is going to be put in place November 2nd and is already in place, matter of fact, in a lot of big, large states. So when the shit goes down November 3rd, people start rioting when they see that Joe Biden is the looter, and they start the riots and they start all this other shit. The military is going to come in and they're going to put them down like a rabid dog that they are, okay? As soon as they fire on our military, it's over. I'm telling you right now, it's over. The military has been given strict orders via President Trump and also the general he has in charge that's coordinated this, that they will take them out. Take them out, meaning we're not going to put a leash on you like a dog and fucking take you out, meaning as soon as you throw something and hurt one of the soldiers, just one, they're going to open fire on your ass. They're going to take you out. There's going to be shooting, and they're going to take you down. And you can try all this bullshit all you want. You can try all this, Joe Biden didn't win and it's fixed and Trump's this and Trump's that. But the bottom line is Trump has an overwhelming lead right now. And the lead is expected to grow and grow and grow. Biden has dementia. He has CRS disease, can't remember shit. He's the worst candidate I've seen in the last probably 40, 45 years, almost 50 years plus of my life, okay? Biden is just not it. He's a horrible candidate. Kamala Harris, I don't even want to comment on her. She's just a witch. That's all I'll say about her. She's useless witch that flip-flops. So, you can take that as it will, but the bottom line is that when you bastards start your fucking rioting and start your shit November 4th, or actually late November 3rd, if you don't get your way and Biden don't win, you guys are going to be taken out. And I'm sorry to say that. There's going to be people that's going to get hurt. There's going to be a lot of people, if you start this shit, you start throwing shit at the military and guns and everything, that's going to get killed. But the military's coming in. Like it or not, go fuck yourself. The military's coming in. They're going to put you out of your misery. They're going to lock you up. You're going to do it peacefully, or attempt to. As soon as you draw the first blood, as soon as you shoot and wound the first soldier, your ass is grass. And this is going to be something for the history books, unlike it. Never in the history of almost my 54 years of existence have I heard or seen this or witnessed this in my life, whereby the military has to come in and restore law and order in all 50 states and all major cities, because you have anarchy going on and you have a Democratic Party that's like a big spoiled brat, a big bunch of panty-waist kids that can't deal with the reality that Trump won in 2016. And that's the fact of the matter. You can't deal with that. You're out of contact with reality. And so all you want to do is fight. All you want to do is cause chaos. All you want to do is this. All you want to do is that. Well, I hope and pray for your sake that you get right with God, because I have a feeling after November 4th you're going to need it, because you're going to go somewhere. And it's probably not going to be heaven, but, I'll pray for you just the same, that you're certainly going to need it, because the military is going to put you down, and it's going to be very, very, very nasty. You're not going to like it. But, that's the fact of the matter. That's what I know. I've known this for about a month or so. So let's get back to the article here. The coalition leaders are expected to find pretext to set off civil unrest should their candidate not be a clear winner, and as usual, George Soros is bankrolling this effort. One group behind the mess, as I said before, is the D.C. Leadership in Civil Human Rights, which beneficiary George Soros financial support. And going down here to the article, we have to do everything we can to ensure that it's a landslide victory, to make sure that it less likely he can fight it. That's what they're saying. Klein reports that this network has been in place, planning, organizing, training for mobilization of millions of Americans in the event Trump claims early victory, refuses to contest the results of the election. All this will be done, he says, under the guise to try to prevent a constitutional crisis. Now, it's a constitutional crisis. Critical thinking 101 here, folks. Constitutional crisis when you don't obey the law of the land. It's a constitutional crisis when you have a land sweeping victory for President Trump, and Joe Biden doesn't accept the reality. It's a constitutional crisis when you have rioting and you're the party of rioting, and you're committing these treasonous acts under the Constitution by supporting these riots and these people being paid for by George Soros, BLM, and Antifa, and all these thugs and goons. That's what the hell is going on here. That's what the hell is unconstitutional. The movement overall is called Protect the Results. Its two leaders, a pair of left-wing groups that were founded after Trump won the 2016 election, Stand Up America and Indivisible. Both are part of the Soros-funded Democracy Alliance under a broader umbrella that has funneled $80 million per year on promoting progressive ideas to drive what terms progressive social change. The Democracy Alliance website boasts we invest in every aspect of a progressive power building policy, from policy making to organizing grassroots communities, winning the state, national issue, electoral campaigns. Stand Up America has more than 2 million members, and some of its past efforts trying to block the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh, protecting the Mueller investigation, Indivisible. Meanwhile, while combined coalition is more than 90 organizations, including Planned Parenthood, Women's March, Vote Pro-Choice, and the National LGBT Task Force. Soros-backed Attorney General is unlikely to prosecute perpetrators of chaos. See, George Soros has went in, he's bought these and contributed to these all around the United States, these attorney generals, these state attorney generals. So anytime there's something going on, he owns them. It's like, what the fuck? You look at that like, where's the justice? There is no justice. Because George Soros it actually, if I think about it, it's a brilliant strategy. So if you try to do something in your state and break the law, you can, especially if you're in Black Lives Matter or Antifa crowd. You can do that. And how you do that is George Soros has bought and paid for the person that's going to prosecute you. So as long as they've taken George Soros' money, that's it, folks. That's the ball game. Once George Soros, you take his money, he owns your ass for life. He can control you. And you try to walk away from that, you'll end up dead. So that's something to think about right there. So like, share, subscribe if you like this podcast, but that's what's going on. Again, Eric Herb Live. I'm on anchor.fm, anchor.fm/Eric Herb Live. And of course, I'm Spreaker, spreaker.com/Eric Herb Live. Like, share, subscribe. God bless and stay safe.